Feedback Learnex. English forever.
Hey members, passion moves the world. That's the topic for this month, and as we kick off a new month, let's take a look at the 5 places that you should definitely visit before you die. Passion moves the world. Aurora Borealis, a show so elusive and at the time so magical that we are all thrilled to be there to appreciate when it appears and begins to dance in the sky. This beautiful country hosts countless places, and not in vain, most of the best places to see northern lights of the world are here. Canada hosts between 80 and 90% of the places accessible by land that are under the oval of the Northern Lights area, with the highest geomagnetic force and where the brightness and the frequency of appearance is greater. Some of the most important points are Churchill in Manitoba, where approximately the Northern Lights appear 300 nights a year, Yellowknife in Northwest Territories, one of the most visited destinations by aurora hunters, and Happy Valley, Goose Bay in Newfoundland and Labrador. Passion moves the world. The Bahama Islands is one of the most incredible places on our planet. Its white sand beaches and turquoise waters are truly spectacular. We give you the top 5 essential places of the Bahamas. Nassau. It is the capital of the Bahamas, has a Georgian architecture, and is one of the most popular cities of the archipelago. Islands of Andros. They are a set of small islands connected by mangroves. The mysterious ocean tongue is found here. Grand Bahama. Eleuthera. It is a narrow island with less than 10,000 inhabitants, and it is said that it was the first place where Christopher Columbus arrived. In addition, right next to it is Harbor Island with unique and incredible pink sand beaches. Isla Sabaco. Fishing and diving are very popular activities in this area. Passion moves the world. El Salar, or Salt Flats in Bolivia. From the Caribbean, we go to Bolivia to the desert. But salt, called El Salar de Uyuni, or also called Salar de Tulupa, is one of the best tourist attractions in the whole of Bolivia and Latin America. It is the largest salt desert on the planet, with an area of at least 10,500 square kilometers, considered as the greatest mirror of the world by the reflex effect of salt. It is considered as one of the 25 natural wonders of the planet. It contains 10 billion tons of salt, of which 25,000 tons are extracted each year. In November, 3 types of flamingos are bred here. It is also known as the Dali Desert, and is one of the largest reserves of lithium in the world. For lovers of photography, the salt reflects directly in the sky, exactly as you see it, what gives the impression of walking on the clouds. Passion moves the world. Kawachi Fuji Gardens in Japan. Now, let's go to Japan, to the Kawachi Fuji Gardens, which are located in the city of Kitakyushu. In these gardens, there are more than 150 wisteria plants, 20 different species, and the main attraction of the garden is the wisteria tunnel that allows visitors to walk through a charming tunnel under a burst of color. The best time to visit Kawachi Fuji Gardens is from the end of April to the middle of May. The garden is private, so you have to pay an entrance fee. There is a Wisteria Festival that covers these dates mentioned until the end of the Golden Week, or the 27th to the 29th of April. Wisteria are plants of the genus Wisteria, which includes 10 species of climbing branches, native of the east of the United States and of countries of the east of Asia such as China, Korea, and Japan. They are woody shrubs of climbing habit. They are grown as decoration plants because of their clusters of spring flowers and their thick foliage. The flowers are violet, blue, or white. Some varieties are perfumed, such as rosea or jaco. The grains are very toxic. The best known spice wildly cultivated in Western Europe. The plants of this species use their branches to climb on other plants, winding the branches in an equal or opposite direction to the clock hands, taking as support. They can climb up to 20 meters above the ground and about 10 meters laterally. Passion moves the world. La Huasteca Potosina in Mexico. On the other side of the world, we go to the Americas continent. To be more precise, to Mexico, to the magical Huasteca Potosina. The Huasteca Potosina is a splendid sight for its landscapes and exuberant vegetation, for its rivers and spectacular waterfalls, for its caves and its deep abysses. What to discover in the fantastic Huasteca Potosina? Mico's set of 7-stepped waterfalls, which leads to the formation of crystalline and blue pools. It is an ideal place for kayaking, waterfalls, and rafting, among other adventure activities, such as rafting and kayaking, rappelling, caving, parachuting, hiking, camping, diving, and even mountain biking. In the municipality of Aquismón is located one of the 13 wonders of Mexico, the Sótano de las Golondrinas, one of the most beautiful and deep abysses in the world, with a depth of 512 meters, and where thousands of birds that live in its interior. Also in this municipality is located the most imposing and beautiful waterfall of San Luis Potosí, Tamuy. On the way there is the Cueva del Agua and the caves of Mantetzulel. In Xilitla, the surrealist garden of Sir Edward James is located, a mystical place where this sculptor and poet built capricious sculptures based on magical symbols that came to decorate a paradisiacal place characterized by its exotic vegetation and its natural falls of water of more than 70 meters in height, which was used by James to build a refreshing pool that stood out to those of Tamasopo, which is a set of 3 waterfalls, which form calm ponds, and Puente de Dios, whose name reveals what awaits them when descending to this place, where the force of water and time sculpted a cavern and transparent and blue current. Passion moves the world. Alright members, thank you for joining us in this week's edition of Feedback Learnex, where we took a look at the 5 places you have to see before you die. Now this is something that we're going to bring you every single week. Topics that you can take a look with your learning advisors, practice, see vocabulary, and learn new things. Now remember to join us next week, 9:15 p.m., where we're going to take a look at the things you should pack to visit these places. See you next week.
Feedback Learnex, English Forever. Estamos en sintonía. Feedback Learnex, English Forever. Feedback Learnex.